two miners uncovered a cave deep beneath the earth that was as stunning as it was dangerous. Imagine falling hundreds of meters below the surface into a shimmering world of light and heat. A place so surreal it looked like it belonged to another planet. It might sound unbelievable, but that's exactly what happened when two miners stumbled upon a shaft that led them into one of the strangest and most breathtaking discoveries in modern geological history. Back in the year 2000, brothers Eloy and Javier Delgado were working in Mexico's Nica mines for the company Industrias Peñoles. The Nica complex was already well known for its rich deposits of lead, silver, and zinc. Day after day, the Delgado brothers drilled deeper into the limestone rock beneath the Chihuahuan desert, following veins of valuable ore. But that particular day, their drilling suddenly broke through into a hollow space, and the sound that followed was unlike anything they'd heard before. When they shone their lamps into the opening, what they saw made them freeze. Stretching out before them was a cavern so vast that their lights could barely touch its far walls. It glittered in every direction, massive crystals, transparent, luminous, and impossibly large, jutted from the walls and floor like the bones of some ancient creature. The miners had found a hidden kingdom beneath the earth. The chamber they entered would later be named La Cueva de los Cristales, the Cave of the Crystals, and it became the third major crystal chamber ever found in Nica. What made it extraordinary were the sizes of the crystals themselves. The largest measured an astonishing 12 meters in length and nearly 4 meters across, weighing an estimated 55 tons. Each giant beam of translucent gypsum, known scientifically as selenite, was so clear you could see straight through it. The walls looked as if they were made of frozen light. Even professional geologists had never seen anything quite like it. It was as though nature had spent 500,000 years carving a cathedral of glass beneath the earth. But beauty came with danger. The conditions inside the cave were lethal. Temperature soared to 138 degrees Fahrenheit, 59 degrees Celsius, and the humidity was a suffocating 100%. Within 5 minutes, an unprotected human would collapse from heat stroke. The air itself was thick with vapor, making it almost impossible to breathe. Even trained scientists required special suits, cooling packs, and respirators to survive inside for just a few minutes at a time. Fortunately, the Delgado brothers were wearing protective mining gear when they first entered, or they might not have lived to tell anyone what they had found. News of the discovery spread quickly through Mexico's scientific community, and soon the rest of the world took notice. By 2008, NASA scientists had joined the research efforts. Penelope Boston, a microbiologist and director at the NASA Astrobiology Institute, led several expeditions into the caves. Her goal wasn't just to admire the crystals, it was to see if life could survive in such extreme environments. What she found was beyond imagination. Deep inside some of the selenite formations, her team detected tiny pockets of liquid containing microbial life, ancient microorganisms that had been trapped there between 10,000 and 50,000 years ago. These microbes were alive in a state of dormancy, waiting patiently for conditions to change. It was like finding microscopic time travelers sealed inside crystal tombs. How could such a deadly place nurture life? The answer lies in the extreme chemistry and geology of Nica. Beneath the mines is a massive chamber of magma, slowly rising toward the surface. For hundreds of thousands of years, that magma heated underground water, saturating it with minerals like calcium sulfate. As the water cooled very slowly, crystals began to form, growing inch by inch, millennium after millennium. When mining began in the early 1900s, pumps were used to remove the hot water so workers could extract minerals. In doing so, they accidentally exposed these natural masterpieces that had formed over 500,000 years. The same process that revealed them also threatened their survival. Nica's crystal caverns weren't entirely unknown before 2000. As early as 1910, miners had discovered a smaller chamber called the Cave of Swords. Its walls were lined with blade-like gypsum crystals, much smaller than those later found, but impressive enough to draw scientific curiosity. The Cave of Swords inspired industrious Peñoles to continue draining water from deeper levels, which is how the Delgado brothers eventually stumbled upon the massive Cave of the Crystals 90 years later. Each layer of the mine revealed something new. The deeper the excavation, the hotter the water became. Those temperature changes created the perfect environment for crystals to grow in different shapes and sizes. It was a delicate, natural balance between heat, pressure, and mineral saturation, an equilibrium that might never occur again if disturbed. When Penelope Boston's team examined samples from inside the crystals, they discovered over 40 different strains of microbes. Many were entirely unique, showing no close relatives in known genetic databases. Their DNA sequences were at least 10% different from anything else on Earth, a staggering number in microbiology. These microbes had adapted to survive on nothing but minerals, metals, and trace chemical reactions. For NASA, this was a revelation. If life could endure in the boiling, mineral-rich darkness of NACA, perhaps it could also exist in similar environments on Mars or beneath the icy crusts of Europa and Enceladus. The Cave of the Crystals wasn't just a geological wonder, it became a window into how life itself might endure across the universe. Unfortunately, beauty can attract the wrong kind of attention. After the discovery went public, word of the gleaming Crystal Palace spread worldwide. Adventurers, journalists, and even tourists began to flock to NACA. Despite safety warnings, some tried to sneak into the caves to collect souvenirs. Pieces of priceless crystal were broken or stolen. To protect the site, industrious Peñoles and Mexican authorities decided to close the cave to the public in 2010. Yet sealing it off brought new challenges. The mine's drainage pumps had to stay on constantly to keep the tunnels dry. Without that effort, the cave would flood again, and all access would be lost. But the pumping system was expensive, energy-intensive, and damaging the crystals themselves. By 2015, the mining company could no longer justify the cost. Authorities ordered NACA's mines to shut down and the pumps were turned off. Slowly, the underground chambers began to refill with the same mineral-rich water that had once created the crystals. Scientists hope this will preserve them, preventing further decay and allowing nature to heal the environment. According to geologists, the crystals grew to their colossal size because of a perfectly stable environment, constant temperature, mineral saturation, and water flow over hundreds of millennia. By letting the water return, those same conditions might once again protect the delicate selenite formations from erosion and contamination. For now, the cave is completely sealed, an untouched realm of giants sleeping beneath the earth. No one knows when, or if, it will reopen. Considering the time scale it took for the crystals to form, 500,000 years, it's safe to say humanity won't see them again for many generations. Even years after the closure, the Cave of the Crystals continues to inspire awe among scientists and dreamers alike. Penelope Boston has often spoken about the emotional power of standing inside it. The way the light refracted through the crystals made her feel both tiny and infinite at the same time. "It's like walking into the heart of the planet," she once said. "Everything about it feels alive." The NACA discovery remains a perfect example of how much of our planet still hides mysteries beneath its surface. Every layer we dig into reveals stories written not by humans, but by nature itself. Although NACA is off limits, there are still a few places on Earth that give visitors a glimpse of similar beauty. One of the most famous is Salina Turda, a vast salt mine in Romania. Once a working mine for nearly 1,000 years, it has been transformed into a spectacular underground attraction. Visitors can stroll through enormous caverns carved from salt, illuminated by soft, futuristic lighting. Balconies, bridges, and even a subterranean lake create a surreal, dreamlike experience, part museum, part science fiction movie set. And unlike Naka, it's safe to explore without a special suit. The Cave of the Crystals is a reminder that Earth still holds secrets we've barely begun to uncover. Beneath deserts, mountains, and oceans lie entire ecosystems that challenge what we think we know about life and time. Some are dangerous, others fragile, but all are part of the same vast, mysterious planet we call home. So, the next time you look at an ordinary crystal or mineral, remember the world that lies deep below. The blazing, beautiful heart of Naka, where light, heat, and time shaped one of the greatest natural masterpieces ever found. And thanks for joining this journey through one of Earth's most incredible hidden worlds. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing discoveries just like this one.